I do believe there's a lot that's being withheld. I do not believe that they've given us everything at all. I believe Julie K. Brown, the reporter for the Miami Herald, who's been really owning this story, when she talks about the volumes and volumes of materials that are still with the FBI, that are still with the Southern District of New York, that are sitting there redacted, provided like, one big form that's been blacked out in every line, redacted. And I agree with Alan Dershowitz, who said he really thinks that these other men who may be in these files should have to defend themselves the same as Alan did. Only reason Alan got outed and all these other people didn't who may have been accused is because Virginia Giuffre was talked into mentioning Alan by others who thought it would really help Virginia sell her book. And Alan was, the most preeminent attorney in the country at the time. And he got put on the list. She later moved away. She dropped her lawsuit against him and said she may have been confused about who it was she actually was with. But that was after Alan produced all his proof. He'd never been with her. He's never been with, is it so hard to believe? It wasn't Alan. It wasn't Alan. Again, go back and look at our reporting on it. Poor Alan has been haunted by those allegations for a long, long time. But he still thinks we have a right to transparency. He still thinks that the other men who were accused should have to speak to it the same as he did. And Alan's been making the other point, which is valid too. There are probably a lot of accusers in there who are bullshit. Who, let's not forget, once Epstein was outed back in 07 and 08, there was a pile on. They created this fund, hundreds of millions of dollars. He became like the number one funder of the litigation bar in Florida. All these lawyers were like, holy crap, you can get money from Epstein's fund if you find some victim who says she was groomed by him or, forced into giving him a so-called happy ending at his mansion. Great, let's do that. Some are real and some are bullshit. It's kind of like what we saw in the Diddy case. There's no question that Cassie Ventura is telling the truth about what happened between her and Diddy. The jury may not have thought it was sex trafficking, but even the cross-examination didn't try to combat her allegations of abuse or getting her hooked on drugs or allegations about the freak-offs. Same for Jane. That doesn't make every accuser who came forth against Diddy real. And we exposed one of them on this show as we delved into the one woman who said his guard picked her up after a music awards show and brought her to Diddy for some night of debauchery. And it was all untrue. It was very clear that she wasn't in the right city. She was making all the wrong allegations. There was no house as she described and so on. So anyway, keep that in mind that there's another reason I think that favors disclosure, which is, why do these accusers have the right to stay anonymous forever? What is the rule that says you get to do that?